What's poppin', everyone? Welcome to another edition of Diesel Discourse. Today, I have the pleasure of chatting with one of my female inspirations in calisthenics, Krista Stryker. Krista is a trainer and the founder of 12-Minute Athlete. What's poppin', Krista?
Hey, thanks for having me on.
It's so awesome to see you again. I know we just got the honor of finally training together for the first time. God, was that already like a month ago, 2 months ago?
Yeah. Or more.
You you are amazing in person, by the way. I've been following you on Instagram and Facebook for a while, but getting the opportunity to actually meet you in person and see just how cool you are and talented, girl. You got those handstands on lock. How did you get started as a personal trainer?
I used to play high school sports. I played like soccer and basketball, but I was never super into or good at either. I was average. And then once I left high school, I basically like sat on the couch and did nothing and became just like a blob that ate mac and cheese only. And I just started to hate it. I was just like felt super weak, and it kind of translated to other areas of my life. I didn't know what to do with my life, any of that. So I one day like got the urge to try some push-ups, and I remember I did like three, probably like the worst possible push-ups in the entire world. But I was so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do a push-up just because I never thought I could do a push-up before. And it was like that one little thing like got me more and more interested in the idea of kind of getting stronger and more athletic, and like, maybe I wasn't just destined to be this weak, unathletic person. So when I graduated college, I actually moved to Amsterdam, and I didn't have a work visa there. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to give this a shot. I'm going to get my personal training certification. And I studied really hard for it, and I got it. And I wasn't allowed to teach there because I didn't speak Dutch. But when I moved to New York, I started training, and I loved it, got more and more into different styles of fitness, and everything went from there.
That is awesome. That is awesome. You are the founder of 12-Minute Athlete, which is an awesome fitness app. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got the idea for that?
Yeah, so when I was working as a personal trainer, I was kind of doing, the normal, like exactly what you learn when you're getting your certification, the really boring, like, okay, we'll do some dumbbell curls, whatever, like stuff like that. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way for this. So I actually did CrossFit for a little while, liked parts of it, didn't like other parts of it, but I really loved the intensity of that. And I was kind of also wanting to not have to work out in a gym all the time. So I kind of took parts of the intensity part of what I liked about CrossFit, thought back to, my training in high school sports, and tried to at first just really put stuff together that I could do in my apartment when it was freezing cold in New York in the winter. And started to get really awesome results from it, better than when I had been training in a gym for like 2 hours, just doing all these boring things and like trying to burn as many calories as possible on the elliptical machine. And yeah, that stuff was just so boring to me. So I started putting together these workouts that I really loved and worked for me. And I'm like, I'm not the only one that these are going to work for. So I came up with the idea of 12-Minute Athlete.
I love it. I love it. That's really cool. Basically, in order to get on with these programs do you have to download the app? Is it through your website?
A lot of the workouts I post are super short, around 12 minutes. Interval training, so basically you're working like as hard as you possibly can for a short amount of time. So I post those on the website. Those are all free, or you can get them on the app. And then with those, I treat those as like, you can build strength and they can be your only workout, or you can use them as conditioning and do fun other stuff on the side. And that's what I kind of do personally.
Cool. And it's not just body weight training on the app, right? You also do some kettlebell stuff?
I have kettlebell stuff, pull-ups, pull-up bar stuff. I'll use like parallel bars but I try to, encourage people to get creative. So like if you don't have parallel bars to use, like put two chairs together or use like a corner of a countertop or, stuff like that. Don't use the lack of equipment as an excuse not to do it.
I love that, girl. It is so true. I love that. Like, no excuses not to train, which I think, as you've probably seen in your own previous clients, they're like, oh, I don't have time, or I don't have the equipment, or I can't make it to the gym. And that's why I always felt your programs are so empowering, just the way you train. Just use your environment, man, to get diesel. I love it. One thing, again, like I wanted to mention was how impressed I was with your hand balancing skills, girl. Like, I saw you when we were at Tompkins, and your one-arm lever is beautiful, and your handstand is next level. Do you have any tips for people, like, wanting to learn the handstand to get to the level of where you are at today?
One of the biggest things that I did was actually, rather than kicking up against the wall, I would walk up the wall so my chest would face the wall. And by doing that, it would get me in a straighter handstand, and it would allow me to better be able to find the kind of balance in my fingertips and to be able to stack my hips and my shoulders than the other did. And like, seriously, that made such a difference. Once you get a little bit better of like understanding that positioning too, another thing that really helped me was to kind of practice some splits against the wall. So you walk up so your chest is facing the wall, and then you're like maybe a foot away from the wall, and then you just split your legs like slowly one at a time so that one is like over your head, and it really allows you to find that hip and shoulder positioning. And that to me was like one of the hardest parts.
Wow.
So those two skills like made a huge difference for me.
Awesome.
The other thing that sounds kind of like silly if you know a lot about handstands was that when I first started, I would try to practice only on grass and like fluffy carpet because I was scared of falling.
Yeah.
But like, you can't balance on that.
Oh, man.
So in my experience, the very best thing to try freestanding, and I mean also wall practice probably, is hardwood floors. Because concrete can be a little hard on your wrists if you practice a lot. And hardwood floors, like, it doesn't hurt that bad if you fall.
That's true. That's true.
It's true. And honestly, you're most likely going to cartwheel out of it. Like, everyone thinks they're just going to fall on their head.
Yeah.
But, like, that really happens. It's hard. It takes a lot of practice. I still, I have days that I'm, like, totally off. But if you practice, like, most days a week, for 5 to 10 minutes, you're gonna make progress.
Word. I'm glad that you mentioned that you're not always on point. The folks out there, don't get frustrated. Everybody has good and bad days. So you have a new program on is it part of the app, the 12-minute athlete, the Rock the Pistol?
This one's actually on the website, so it's like a video program on the website.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's just for people like wanting to do a one-legged squat. It's kind of one of those moves like handstands that for some people is super intimidating.
Yeah.
But it's just like anything else. Like if you have the right steps and you practice consistently, you can do it. And, every once in a while, someone will have like a sticking point, so we'll help you get through it.
Very cool. Very cool. I love that. Yeah, the pistol's a tough move, man. Congratulations again on your move to Venice and Santa Monica. That is one of my ultimate favorite places to train. Have you already had the opportunity to train at the bars there on the beach?
Every day. It's so exciting.
That's awesome. What moves are you working on currently?
Probably too many things, but on my own, I've been trying like really hard to work on human flags on the pole. Those are fun. It's another thing where it's like some days like I feel like I'm making a lot of progress, and some days I'm like, what is going on? I don't feel like I've ever done this before. So that's been super fun to practice outside. I've been trying to rope climb there. Like, I haven't really ever done that much, and it's really awesome workout.
It is.
It's really cool. I've been working on walkovers, so it's been like quite the struggle to build flexibility in my shoulders and upper back. It's not I'm not like a crazy inflexible person, but it's not something that I love to work on.
Word.
Which, for someone who's been doing gymnastics since they were a kid just feels like nothing, but someone learning as an adult, like, was a struggle, and I am finally feeling more comfortable. It used to kind of make me want to throw up when I would practice it. And yeah, so that's been like something I'm trying to work on consistently. I'm also like, I can't practice really on my own yet, but I have been working on front and back handsprings, stuff like that, gymnastics moves, it's like so fun.
Yeah, I saw a video that you posted. Like, you were like, you were like strapped to like a pulley or something like that?
How a lot of places will practice is you have like a little belt,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, it's just, it's like similar to like if you go rock climbing and they can catch you. And I was getting really close, so hopefully I can pick that back up again. And actually, my dream is to be able to do like a bunch of back handsprings in a row on the beach.
Yeah,
So hopefully,
that'd be hot, yo. So I know a lot of ninjas like myself look to you for constant fit motivation. Is there anyone that you follow that also constantly is inspiring you? Any people on Instagram or Facebook that you're a big fan of?
So many people. You and your hubby.
Thanks, girl.
Those are, honestly, like, I read Al's book, like, pretty early on in my calisthenics journey, and it was really inspiring for me, so that's cool. It was really cool to meet you guys. GMB guys are super cool. Bar Stars people, super cool.
Yeah.
I would love, that's another thing I'd love to be able to do, some of those, like, bar calisthenics moves. But I really have a soft spot in my heart for circus people, because a lot of them didn't start out as kids, and it's a little more inspiring when you see someone that didn't, start out when they were 3 doing all these really amazing moves and like learned a little later in life. And a lot of them are like that. So it's really cool.
What fuels your activities? A little bit about your diet, like a day in the life of eating for you. What's on a day you're training hard?
I'm one of those people who I just need to eat every like 3 hours, or I definitely get hangry. I, lose focus. I don't train well. So I've really had to learn over the years to treat food as fuel, to really just look at it as a way to like fuel my workouts, fuel my like business, everything. And it's made such a difference. I'm no longer just like constantly hungry in between all the time. I just feel a lot better. I feel better energy. It's easier to stay leaner.
Absolutely.
Which is great for calisthenics, because the lighter you are, or the stronger and lighter you are, the easier it becomes. I get up and like eat breakfast as soon as I possibly can. And then, eat snacks every few hours. I eat a ton of vegetables. I am a vegetarian. I don't like to push, vegetarianism or veganism on anybody, but like it works for me. And I think, everyone's different, but I definitely think you can be super fit and be vegan or vegetarian.
Absolutely.
You don't have to eat meat, as you know. I'm not anti-carb. Like, carbs for me work. They help me have energy. They fuel me. I tend to think if you're super active that, healthy carbs are great. They're a great addition to your diet. Lots of fruits and veggies. I like whole grains. Stuff like that.
Nice.
I I love food.
I love food. I love that. Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah. So, I
Yep.
know you travel a lot. Where are some of your favorite outdoor places that you have trained besides Santa Monica? And it could be a parking lot somewhere. It could just be. I know you train all over the place. So, any specific cities that you really love to work out in?
Amsterdam has some really awesome workout areas that I just love. New York, obviously, some really cool ones. I was super surprised. I went to Milan earlier this year in Italy, and there was like the coolest little workout spot with like pull-up bars and dip bars. And then Paris, I was just in Paris, and there's a super cool like pull-up bar area right along the river.
You can do 100 burpees in 6 minutes. Is this true? How did you even try that?
The first time I tried actually was in a CrossFit class, like one of the things I actually enjoyed doing. And it's just one of those things that I like having a challenge, and I kept kind of trying to go faster and faster, and now I recommend everyone try it.
That's awesome, yeah. I'm curious. I've never actually done 100 burpees like that. I may have to try that out. I'm curious to see how long it would take me. Probably a long time. Do you have any advice for women who are looking to getting into strength training and need a little bit of motivation?
First of all, don't be intimidated. It's easy to that way when you look at guys who are super strong, or, even when you look at some of the girls on Instagram or wherever that, like, can bust out a bunch of pull-ups or whatever, and you just feel like, I will never be able to do that. Like, that was me. And the thing is like, no matter where you're at now, you can get stronger. Like, yeah, it might take you a while. Like, if you can't do a pull-up, it might take you, a couple of months to a year to be able to do one, depending on what your level is. So, like, it's all possible.
That's great.
So don't give up.
I love that. Well, I just wanted to thank you again for taking the time out of your busy schedule to chat with us. You're, like I said, you've been a big inspiration for me, and I love checking out everything you're posting. Is always super awesome, and keep that shit up, girl. You're awesome, really.
Well, I mean, really, like you said, just believe in yourself, and it's all a journey. Like, it's not going to be a straight line. You're going to have days when you feel like you've never worked out before. But just stick with it. Like, fitness is fun, and it shouldn't just be a chore. Like, find things that you love and that excite you, and you will get stronger. You will be able to do cool skills. And yeah, you'll start to love it like I do.
I love it. Well, thank you again. You rock. I hope that next time I'm in LA, we get the chance to play outside on the beach, man, on those bars. I love it there. And thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Diesel Discourse. Till next time, peace, love, and ninja kicks.